Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. So in this video I'm going to do a quick tutorial on bottom feeding. I'm going to be watering my lemon philodendron plants. I'm going to water my mascane. We're going to be watering the fig. And we're going to water these small little plants up here. Alright, let's get to it. Okay, we're back. So I have my smaller houseplants set up in some deep saucers. Some are in glass little Tupperware that I have. Whatever you can find to sit them in. Here you see they're in some larger Tupperware that I have. So today I'm going to feed them as well. So we'll be replacing this watering with a feeding. So what I have here is the Miracle Grow all-purpose plant food. Since these are house plants, we're just going to use half a teaspoon to a gallon. So if you've ever used this to try to motivate yourself to drink water, I don't use it for my personal use anymore. Now I use it to just measure my plant food. That way I know, okay, I'm using a gallon jug. So we're going to add, if I can open this, there we go. Get our spoon. So the bigger size is for tablespoon, this one is for teaspoon. So I'm going to add that. And I'm going to shake that up. Then I'm going to add it to that gray watering can, and then I'll come back when I add the water to the saucers. Alright, put that down. You want to make sure that you're not getting water on the leaves. Uh-oh, making a bit of a... Okay, so I added water to that first one. We want to try to make sure that we're not making a mess and that we don't want water touching our leaves. And then you will start to notice that the plants will just start to suck up that water. If it sucks it really fast, then you can add more water. Let's do this one. Here. Now, this Sweetheart's Hoa, I don't water as often as I water the other ones. So this one hasn't been watered in a while. It's a succulent, so you don't have to water those as often as you would other plants. We have these two back here. This one, it lets you know when it's ready to water. It starts drooping over like that. You see how that leaf is falling over? I call that one my little diva. This one is dry. You can tell it's definitely ready to be watered. Alright, let's go over here to the big boys. And you don't have to worry about the top soil being wet. Especially with these bigger plants, I know that the roots are deep. So as long as those roots can be able to reach down and grab their water, they're going to take what they need and they'll leave the rest. So if you see that there's water remaining, you don't have to keep adding water. Whatever's left behind after 20, 30 minutes, then that means that the plant has already gotten what they needed. Now for these smaller plants, some of them I know that the roots are shallow. So I let these stay a little bit longer. And sometimes if I get distracted and I go off, I would notice that the topsoil becomes wet. And that's okay. The reason why I prefer to bottom water is because I was top watering and I started having a lot of problems with little gnats. And if anybody has ever had gnats in your house, you know it's so frustrating. They're all over the place. So before I learned about bottom watering, I tried everything. I tried the insect sprays and it just was not helping. I was able to decrease it a little bit. Yeah, so I had to try multiple insect sprays. I tried repotting the plant with fresh soil to see if that would get rid of the pests. It helped somewhat. Eventually, I got rid of a lot of my inside plants. I just put them outside, and eventually they just, you know, went to pasture. So someone told me about bottom watering, and since I've started doing that, I haven't had any problems. I don't see any gnats, so I'm so happy. So I don't have as many houseplants as I had before because, like I told you, I got rid of them. I got rid of a lot of them because it was just so frustrating seeing a lot of gnats, especially the plants that I had in the kitchen and the living room area. The last thing you want to do is be in the kitchen trying to cook or eat and you see little flies hanging around. So I definitely recommend bottom feeding. So let's get to, since we still have some left in here, we're going to use this jug and feed this one. And again, this plant, see, I just want to make sure I go above the hole. I'm going to add more over here. Alright, so we'll let those suck those down and we'll come back. That's for you. So what we have here is rows of Jericho. It just looks like a dried up ball of moss, right? Wrong. So you can see here, the roots, they look dried up. I have some rocks at the bottom. We're just gonna add water. Not a lot, just enough for the roots to suck that water up. And at the end of the video, I'll show you, it takes up to 24 hours for this ball to open up. It'll start to expand as it sucks in the roots. Once it opens up, it's going to look totally different. Every rose of Jericho is different, so no one will look the same. But you'll see some pronounced color inside. This one has some shades of green inside. This can be passed around from generation to generation. If you're not using it, you just let it dry up. You can put it, somewhere safe in a box, put it in your closet, pass it down to your daughter or give it away as a gift. You should really check it out and look it up. It has some good spiritual background to it, and it's just really cool to see it eventually start to expand. So we'll see how much of it expands by the end of the video. Remember, we filled the water up above that hole and it's already gone down to half the part of the hole. So the roots are sucking in that water. See, the string of pearls is really sucking up that water. So she was really thirsty because it was much higher than that. So she's getting what she needs. See some of the water from the Hoya, and you can see the condensation line. So you can see that the roots sucking up that water as it goes up. Let's check on our house plants. So you can see that the string of pearls has sucked up everything that was in the saucer. If I touch in the soil, the top soil isn't wet, but I know that the roots got what they needed. The same with the Sweetheart Hoa. It's just a little bit of water remaining. Topsoil is still dry, but I know that the roots got what they needed. There's some water left over in these plants, and that's okay. We're going to leave those be. That water, I'll just recycle to water some other plants. This is water that's left over, so clearly these roots are deep. This plant this cane got everything that it needed. If you remember, I had the water above the hole. You see that it's down. So those roots got everything that it needed. So the topsoil is dry, but I know that it's been fed. Now, to our surprise, you remember that rose of Jericho that just looked like a rolled up ball? Here it's starting to open up. Now, in the next 24 hours, I'll be able to see more green. But you can definitely tell the difference from when I first showed it to you. So I can let this sit. I'll let it sit out for a week. And then I'll just let it dry up again. Let it dry up for a week. And then water it again. So there we have it. That's how you bottom feed or bottom water your plants, and that helps reduce the pests that you will have in the house. So thank you for joining me.